All of our animals here are free roaming, meaning they can come right up to the truck if they want to. But with great power comes great responsibility. New Jersey is a strictly no-touch state. Can everyone say that with me? It is a no-touch state. Very good. Meaning at no point are we allowed to stick our arms, legs, hands, feet, other body parts outside of the truck to try and touch the animal. So if everyone could do me a favor, keep everything inside today. I would appreciate it very, very much. You are allowed to take as many photos and videos of the animals and myself as you want. Tag me on Instagram at Justin Alexander Flores. My point is, if we hit a bump and any loose articles like phones, cameras, hats, keys, wallets, or sunglasses go over the side of the truck, we cannot go back and go get those for you, so make sure you hold on real tight. You are allowed to drink any of the beverages you brought with you. Just be careful if it has a straw. If we hit a bump, cut your lip, give yourself a tracheotomy, and that's not fun. We're not allowed to eat any food you brought with you on safari. That is a choking hazard. As long as we follow those rules, you should be having a great time today. As we make our way under this arch, I want everyone to do me a favor. Look to your right-hand side. Let's give a big old wave to our first gate guard of the day. The gate guards make sure that our guests and our animals remain as safe as... Right next to them, you're also going to see the first of 3 flightless birds that we're going to be seeing today. Flightless birds are part of a family of animals known as rat-tights. Can everyone say that with me? Rat-tight. Rat-tight. Very good. This guy right here is the rhea. It is a cousin of the ostrich, and even though it cannot fly, it does use its wings to help balance while running. Standing at an average height of 5 feet tall, you can tell the male rhea apart from the females because the females are entirely gray, but the males have a black ring around their necks. When the female rhea gives birth, she lays 20 eggs at once, and then she's done. She pieces out. At that point, it is the father's responsibility to nest the eggs and make sure they are well incubated. Talk about paternity leave. We also do have some baby rhea that just hatched a few days ago. They're absolutely itty bitty, so if I can see them, I'm going to point them out, but they are really that small too. Is that New Jersey white-tailed deer lose their spots with old age, but fallow deer spots are permanent. In fact, they're at their brightest right now during summer. A sight like this is very common on hot days like today. We have our Roosevelt elk cooling off in the water. The Roosevelt elk is named after President Theodore Roosevelt. He was a driving force behind this nation's park system, as well as a wonderful conservationist. They actually have some furry stuff on their antlers. That furry stuff is called velvet, and it helps the antler to grow. Now, this is an off-road adventure, so we are going to be taking a dip into the water for a moment. I hope you brought your swimsuits. You guys are on safari on a very special day today. That's because all the bison, we only had 2 bison out a few weeks ago. That's because all the females were out back giving birth. But a little while ago, they did return to us with all their newly born. The bison can grow up to be between 5 and 6.5 feet tall and weigh over 2,200 pounds, much like myself after Thanksgiving dinner. As you can see, they are shedding their winter coat. They needed that during the cold months to help keep them warm, but it's summer, so they no longer need it. Unfortunately, for the bison, during the westward expansion, they were hunted in mass numbers while the railroads were being built in this country. The population went from the tens of millions down to just a few thousand. Conservationism and the threat that hunters pose to our animals is something we're very passionate about. Touch your fingernails for me, or play with your hair. That is made out of a fiber called keratin, and so are their horns. So we have a lot more in common with the rhino than you might think. As hard as that horn is, it's just a tightly bound hair fiber. They have terrible eyesight, but an incredible sense of smell, so they know we're here right now just because they can smell us. I do have to make my tours a bit interactive. I'm kind of like Dora, so from here on out, every time I say the word poachers, I want you guys to scream back at me, boo, poachers! Unfortunately, the rhino is hunted in the wild by poachers. Very good. On our left-hand side, we have the African elephant. We can tell these ladies are African because their ears are in the shape of the continent of Africa. We also like to call these ladies the OEs. That is because these are the original elephants that were here when the park first opened in 1974. So most of these ladies are well into their 40s. One of them, Lucy, is actually having her 60th birthday later this year. When elephants live in groups that are exclusively female, like this one right here, it is known as a matriarchy. Part of the reason why they look so good for their age is that they cover themselves in mud daily. It helps protect against sun damage and also against insects. That elephant's trunk has over 100,000 muscles inside of it. That's more muscles than we humans have in our entire bodies. How many of you guys are right-handed? Raise your hand. Awesome. Left-handed. On the right-hand side, you're going to be able to see some of our zebras. Lots of people wonder whether zebras are white with black stripes or black with white stripes. But if you get a close look, you'll be able to see these guys are actually dark brown with white stripes, though they can be black. Just like human fingerprints, no two zebras have the same stripes. They are all